Everybody get their textbooks out and turn to page 543, problem 52. You should see a problem that says photography and there's a picture of a horse. So page 543, problem 52. Everybody, let's read that together. So you're reading out of your book, following along. Photography. Emilio is placing a photograph behind a 12-inch by 12-inch piece of matting. The photograph is to be positioned so that the matting is twice as wide at the top and bottom as it is at the sides. If the area of the photograph is to be 54 square inches, what are the dimensions? Okay, so you can see the picture over here, 12 inches, 12 inches. We can see that it says 2x inches here and 2x inches here and x inches and x inches there. Everybody see that they see those things on the photograph. Okay, so put your textbook over on the side and write down page 543, problem 52, so you can find out where it was in your book. Okay, Amelia is placing a photograph behind a 12-inch by 12-inch piece of matting. That's the first sentence. That says that we have a 12-inch by 12-inch mat. Write that down on your piece of paper. That's the first sentence. The photograph is to be positioned so that the matting is twice as wide at the top and bottom as it is at the sides. We see 2x and 2x, so that top and bottom is 2x, top and bottom is 2x. And left and right, what do you think we should write down there? Is x. That's the second sentence. What's the third sentence say? If the area of the photograph is to be 54 square inches, what are the dimensions? So the photo needs to be 54 square inches, and the question is, what are dimensions of photograph? That's the question we need to answer. Okay, let's make a sketch of this. And what do we have? We have a square that is, this is the mat, and what's its width? 12 inches. And what's its height? 12 inches. So we've used up this sentence. And then we have to cut something out of the beginning, so we're going to start cutting. This is about 2-to-1 ratio and 2-to-1 ratio. So this distance is 2 times this distance when you make your little sketch. Doesn't have to be exact, but it has to be sort of. Now we want to write, this is x here, but we remember that in Geogebra we're not allowed to use x in Geogebra, so instead of x, we use s. Remember that, right? Okay, so over here we have this distance here is how long? Well, here it was x, so now we write s. Any other place we have s? Over here, so write that in as s. And then we have top is 2 times s, because that's how we're going to have to put it in our program. And down here we have 2 times s. And we see top and bottom is 2s, that's that one, and left and right is s. So we've used up these 2 sentences. And the end, we have that the photo is 54 square inches, so here we have to have 54 square inches. And remember that in the very end we have to work out what are the dimensions of the photograph. So how would we set up our Geogebra picture of this? So now we're thinking what we would do in Geogebra. We find our bottom leftmost point here. So A equals 0, 0. That means that this is going to be our x-axis here, and this is going to be our y-axis here. Let me move that over a little bit so it's right there. Okay, so A is at 0, 0. And we want to find these 4 points. So our first input is A equals 0, 0. That's our first input in Geogebra when we get there. How about B? What's B? Well, we've gone horizontal before vertical. Horizontal, we've gone 12. This is 0 plus 12, so 12. And we did not go up at all, so it's 12, 0. So B equals 12, 0. How about C? Let's go back to A. To get to C, we go first horizontally. How much do we go horizontally? 12. And then 12. So this is 12, 12. So make sure you have A 0, 0, B 12, 0, C 12, 12. And our last point here is D. Let's move this word over a little bit. So D. If I go from here, how much do I go horizontally? None. So the first coordinate is 0 still. And then I move vertically 12. So 4 is D equals 0, 12. Now with these 4 points, A, B, C, and D, we can make the polygon, the square, that represents the mat board. So step 5 would be make the polygon using the polygon tool. A, B, C, D, A, right? And with that, we finished creating the mat board. So let's group those together as a set and make them smaller. Put them up here. That's our first set of commands right there.